Hey folks, Jason Lewis here, candidate for Johnson County Board of Supervisors in the primary race that's going on, election to be held on June 7th of this year. I just want to take a quick few minutes to talk to you about one of the issues that's really important to me in this race, and that's housing in general. Everything from how we use our land and develop our communities to fair renters agreements, affordable housing coalition, and everything else in between. It's no secret that Johnson County has a crisis on its hands, an affordable homes crisis. There's just not enough affordable places to live for folks, and we're a growing community. And unfortunately, as a growing community, our property values remain high, and our rents remain high, elevated to a certain extent by the presence of students here at the university. It's a seller's market. Landlords can charge just about whatever they want. And renters are really hard-pressed to find places to live, especially if they are of lower means. So this has been crystallized in an issue that's been going on recently at Rose Oaks Apartments, which is just down the street from where I'm sitting right now on the southeast side of Iowa City, literally about a half a mile away from where I'm sitting right now. The folks of Rose Oaks found out that a new developer had purchased their property and was going to be remodeling and rebuilding some of the buildings, and they needed to leave. And unfortunately, they were put in a difficult position. And the folks at the Coalition for Racial Justice, the folks at the Center for Worker Justice here in eastern Iowa, have been working really hard to help these folks keep their homes or at least get a fair deal as they are moved out. On the other end, we've got land use. Land use is something that falls under the purview of Johnson County a lot of times because the places that people want to build are places that are in the unincorporated areas. Out in the county, we still have a lot of rural area. We have a lot of farmland. We have a lot of farmers who are making their living out there. But we also have folks that have land that they want to sell or land that they want to develop. And it's important that we remain ever vigilant in how we allow that development to occur. The land use plan in Johnson County is up for review right now. And it's important in this election that we elect people who are willing to protect our lands from further encroachment of urban sprawl. We protect our rural areas, we protect our agricultural areas, we protect our natural resources, and do what we can to be good stewards of the land. So on one end we have renters being unfairly treated. On the other end, we have urban sprawl encroaching from every direction. And so what I propose is a housing bill of rights that will be called for by the county supervisors, but bringing everyone from every municipality, from the unincorporated areas, from the school district, from builders and developers, realtors, business owners, etc., everyone who is a stakeholder in this discussion. We need to get around a table. We need to talk about how we are growing, what we want our communities to look like, and how we can responsibly get there. Because as I sit here on the southeast side of Iowa City in a neighborhood that was urban sprawl of 50 years ago, I recognize that this neighborhood now doesn't have the greatest reputation in the community. We can't allow that to continue to happen. My home here was a Parade of Homes home in 1968. And now it sits half a block away from what many people think is the worst part of our community. I love my home, I love my neighbor, and I love my neighborhood, and I love my neighbors. I want to be a part of the solution. That's part of the reason why I want to live here. I live close to town, and I enjoy the diversity of my neighborhood. We can't allow for the neighborhoods that we are building currently and the neighborhoods that we've built since to go into the kind of downslide that this neighborhood has been allowed to go into, and other neighborhoods around our communities. You can find this kind of neighborhood in Coralville or elsewhere. It's not a unique situation. So the question is, and the reason we need this housing bill of rights, is how do we want to grow? How can we be responsible? Can we continue to grow outward in a race toward the edges where people with means are able to buy new homes and others are left in the core? Can we afford to do that? Is that the way we want to grow? I say no. That's why I'm running for the Johnson County Board of Supervisors, so that I can be one of the leaders that starts the conversation, that talks about how we are going to be better, more responsible stewards of our community, to forego the short-term gains for the long-term goals. I'm asking you for your vote on June 7th or before, because I feel like this is an important moment in the history of our community. And we need leaders that are willing to stand up at this moment and lead. I believe I'm one of those people, and I hope you do too. So if you have any questions, check me out at lewisforsupervisor.com, where you can get my contact information and a lot of other information on other positions that I hold. But think about this Housing Bill of Rights. Think about what it could do for our community and whether or not it's something that you believe we should be doing. Thanks for your time. I'll talk to you soon.